This
Guys already
conference will
working
now
DevOps
be recorded.
just to have, right? Are you guys working as DevOps engineers or anywhere touch to DevOps, Linux, or any cloud? Anyone of you, are you working already with DevOps?
No,
No, no, Prasad. So what are you doing, Prasad? Like, which technology you work? Like, are you working? Are you student?
yeah, actually my MCA completed in 2019.
Okay, you completed MCA, great, Masters of Computer Application. Okay,
Yes,
so fine. So you're not working?
yes.
Okay, fine, no worries. Okay, so Raghu Kotla, are you there, Raghu? So just want to understand, right? Before I proceed, I want to understand, like, you have any idea or not?
Yeah, hi.
Ravindra,
Yeah, yeah, hi.
yeah, anyone can go, right? Raghu or Ravindra, anyone can.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, Telugu, you can go with Telugu, no worries. తెలుగే
Yes.
చెప్పండి.
Yeah, మేము ఆల్రెడీ వర్క్ చేస్తున్నాం సేమ్.
ఇక్కడ
డెవాప్స్ లిటిల్ బిట్ టచ్ ఉంది మా నెట్ ట్రాకర్ అని మా కంపెనీలో.
ఓకే ఓకే సో సమ్ టూల్స్ యు ఆర్ యూజింగ్ ఓకే
Yeah,
సో
లిటిల్
వాట్ ఇస్
బిట్
ద
ఆఫ్
డెసిగ్నేషన్ ఇన్ దట్
అండ్
కంపెనీ లైక్
మై
యా
టెక్నికల్
మీ
లీడ్,
డెసిగ్నేషన్ ఏంది కంపెనీలో వర్క్
లీడ్
ఏంది
టెక్నాలజీ, లీడ్ టెక్నాలజీ ఇంజనీర్.
ఓకే ఓకే ఫైన్ ఫైన్ యా గ్రేట్ సో వాట్ అబౌట్
మీ అండ్
రవీంద్ర
రవీంద్ర సేమ్.
యువర్ బోత్ రెండర్ బోత్ ద సేమ్ ఓకే ఓకే
Yeah, yeah, we are like a deployment engineers in our organization as a
ఓకే
lead.
సో వాట్
So
డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ యు డూ లైక్
we use some tools like Linux,
ఓకే
Oracle, and
ఓకే
WebLogic Web Service, WebLogic and JBoss. Little bit
ఓకే
we use Jenkins jobs, and
ఓకే
little bit we use OpenShift. We use cloud environments.
ఓకే 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 గాట్ ఇట్
So we
ఓకే
have like
గ్రేట్
we have own product is there. We deploy all those products into these tools.
ఓకే 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 little bit of touch Linux you have about Linux touch okay
Yeah, yeah. We have Linux Stitch. Yeah.
okay yeah that helps no problem thank you guys okay let's proceed okay so today
బిఫోర్ సెషన్ ఒక నిమిషం, ఎందుకు ఈ గో టు టూల్ ఒకటే యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారు, వేరే టూల్ ఎందుకు యూజ్ చేయట్లేదు? ఇది చాలా ఇబ్బందిగా ఉంది ల్యాప్టాప్ లో యూజ్ చేయాలంటే. ఎనీ పర్టికులర్ రీజన్? హలో, హలో.
sorry I was in mute right so maybe institute వాళ్ళకి సబ్స్క్రిప్షన్ ఉండొచ్చు go to
ఇప్పుడు
tool కి
ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే
so they are using
కరెక్ట్, మేబీ వాళ్ళకు ఉండొచ్చు, కానీ ఇప్పుడు ల్యాప్టాప్ నుంచి అవ్వాలంటే ఇవి యాప్ కంపల్సరీ ఉంది. బట్ ఆ
ఓకే
యాప్
డెఫినెట్లీ
గురించి
విల్
చాలా
లాస్ట్ జూమ్ అనే రిక్వెస్ట్ చేద్దాం ఒకసారి ఓకే
ఎందుకంటే
జూమ్
మనకి ఇది
జూమ్
చాలా డిఫికల్ట్ ఉంది. ఇప్పుడు నేను మొబైల్లోనే లాగిన్ అవ్వాల్సి వస్తుంది, నేను ల్యాప్టాప్ యూజ్ చేయలేకపోతున్నా.
okay so did you install this tool go to tool in laptop
ల్యాప్టాప్ లేదు, లేదు అది అంటే మేబీ చేయొద్దని నేను చేయలేదు.
okay fine no problem I'll ask them to create a zoom from tomorrow okay I'll request them for zoom
Chat box లో సార్ పోస్ట్ కంటెంట్ డ్రాప్ చేస్తారా?
మీకు ఓకే ఈరోజు టుడే యూ విల్ గెట్ అ డ్రైవ్ లింక్ మీకు ఒక డ్రైవ్ లింక్ వస్తుంది అందులో మీకు అన్నీ వచ్చేస్తాయి So you'll get your course content material అన్ని అక్కడ వస్తాయి. ఒక డ్రైవ్ లింక్ దే విల్ షేర్ ఇట్ టుడే. ఓకే, యూ విల్ స్టార్ట్ యువర్ ఈమెయిల్ ఐడీస్కి వచ్చేస్తుంది. సుష్మా, హ్యావ్ యూ జాయిన్ or you're facing some issue in your joining? Sushmita, right? Sorry, Sushmita. Okay, fine. Okay, no problem. They will join. I don't see your audio. Okay, anyways, fine. Okay, so mhm. Okay, this is your course content, right? We'll share you this today. Okay, you'll get it. So we'll cover first this part because this is important when you're entering. And whenever you go to the DevOps world, okay, very important is understand the introduction of DevOps, what DevOps tools are, okay, what is a legacy system before DevOps, okay, what is a life cycle, okay, in each life cycle, which DevOps tools forms, okay, and then waterfall model and agile model. So understand this difference because it's experience or it's a even the experience if the person is experienced or he's a fresher or he's trying to switch from other technology, this is mandatory because there is where your knowledge check is checked at the time of interview. Okay, even if a 10 years guys is there, we will ask the same question to give a proper understanding about DevOps. Okay, proper understanding of the life cycle because if he is a fresher, we will check the knowledge whether he has a DevOps knowledge. If he's an experienced person, we will check his knowledge that how he's going to build a product, how he's going to make the product a quality one, how he's going to use this life cycle, okay, to achieve that complete use of that product or complete building of that product. So one is at the architect level, will be thinking, other is will be thinking at the fresher level whether he has a proper understanding of DevOps or not. Okay, even is his intermediate level, even we have to check this knowledge. Okay, because going forward, as soon as the position grows, there'll be like a mindset should be changed. Tomorrow something comes, okay, something comes, okay, and how do you make sure you fit your life cycle and what is the new tool you will bring to achieve this complete life cycle? And then with run చేసే ప్రతి ఒక్క product, okay, it's not that simply we go to office and we just works on DevOps tool and come back. No, main idea of the company is what building a product. Our DevOps tools ని use చేసుకొని ఒక product, if it's a software product or it's a automobile product, it's any product, right? Anywhere, main is the product because end goal is what customer ki sell చేసే the company product for that product. So are these people capable of thinking? It's not only like technical stuff, okay, everywhere like it's not technical, okay. Now companies are moving different way. Even your manager, even your team lead should have technical knowledge. It's not that simply they'll do people management and team lead is something for people management, he will handle just assign the tickets and he will leave on the engineers. No, that culture is gone now. So people are expecting technical with manager, technical with team lead, and whenever an engineer is working, he should have good technical knowledge as well as the product knowledge and some thinking about the anywhere. It's not only this technology, any technology you go, definitely a product knowledge needs. Whenever you go to a company, concentrate on the product knowledge and see that how my DevOps will sit in the project, how my DevOps tool will sit in the project. So there is where we are putting this effort so that you should not face any issues in the interview level as well as once you go inside the company you should not face any kind of issues. So that is what the reason we are taking this one. Okay, um, some issues is there guys you facing? Ravindra, are you facing any kind of issue? I see your uh, your, okay, okay, fine. Now it looks good. Okay, so I muted, right? It's fine. Okay, raise a hand, guys, wherever you want me to stop. Please raise a hand. Okay. Introduction to DevOps. Let's start introduction to DevOps. So you already know, right, what is dev and what is ops. Okay, what is dev and what is ops? If I combine this is the development. Okay, this is what development. So development team, when you say development team, what you get? Developers. And developers can be your front end developers, your back end developers. Okay, and it can be your, if you have any database, okay, if you have a database developers, they will also come as part of your, okay, database engineers, but they also part of this development team only, because they'll be mostly working with this developers to integrate their oracle systems with the development. Okay, because the queries and everything will fall on the back end only. So, and finally comes your operations. So in operations is where operational team. Okay, so here your operation team. So operation team is your DevOps, your cloud, okay, your Linux admins, your network admins. Okay, all these forms in the your this ones. Okay, so now so you already have an idea, as you guys have listened my demo, right? What is DevOps? Okay, what is DevOps? What is DevOps? Okay, so DevOps is a process. Okay? DevOps is a process, or we say it's a practice. Okay, I agree, DevOps has some tools. We'll come back to the tools. It's a practice, it's a culture. Okay, the culture of development. Okay, development and operational. Okay, development operations, where, okay, developers or engineers, okay, developers, engineers, okay, work on a proper collaboration. Proper collaboration. Okay, collaboration means working together together. Okay, right from your, from the design till the delivery. Okay, delivery of the product. Okay, so this is what your definition of DevOps. So DevOps is a process. Simple. DevOps is a process. Your answer is here only. DevOps is a process, practice, or culture of development and operations teams, where developers, engineers work on a proper collaboration. Okay, right from the design, right from the design till the delivery of the product. And right from building that product, designing the product, till it goes live in the market, till that process, this complete DevOps is process is involved. Okay, the complete DevOps process is involved. So this is called a simple definition of DevOps. So now, why this DevOps came into market? History. Okay, history before DevOps. Your legacy system before DevOps, right? History before DevOps. It DevOps and market like enduk వచ్చింది. What is the reason DevOps came into market? Why this DevOps has to come in the market? Okay, what is the reason this DevOps has to come in the market? Okay, what is the reason? So previously, before DevOps, when a new tool is coming in the market, remember, anywhere a new tool is coming in the market, that means there was some problem in the history which was not solving their solution, or not giving a proper solution, or not proper, people are not making a good business, and a good business చేయలేకపోతున్నారు. For that reason, they brought this one. Okay, they brought this one. So build and release. Okay, build and release. Previously it is called build and release. DevOps were called as build and release, and people were called as build and operation people were called as not DevOps engineers, they were called as build and release engineers. Build and release engineers. Okay, so here the problem was what? Okay, no proper collaborations. No proper collaborations between development and operations. Between development and operations, no proper collaborations. Okay, between development and operations teams, collaboration was not there. Why? Because they were not following a proper practice. They were not following proper practice, because here in DevOps, when it comes to DevOps, right? So I'll come back with that. So in DevOps, what they do is, Okay, here in DevOps, it's a process, right? So collaboration is mandatory. Okay, collaboration is mandatory here. Okay, they have to collaborate with each other. Okay, then they'll have what a good. Okay, one is a collaboration between development and operations. Second thing, what these people will do is they will have a proper okay stand-ups. Okay, stand-up meetings. They have a proper stand-up meetings daily. Okay, okay, between complete teams. Okay, between complete teams. Okay, so they'll be having daily stand-up between. Okay, so first daily stand-ups for DevOps teams. Okay, then they'll have a proper daily stand-up for daily stand up, it's called a scrum call, the stand up meetings. Okay, stand up daily meetings, which is called a scrum call. Okay, agile and scrum methodology is used. So scrum call they'll be having every day morning when you go to office. Every day you will have a meeting called a scrum meeting. Okay, definitely this scrum meeting will be arranged so that a team can take this scrum will be there for the development team as well. Okay, development team as well. And here there'll be one more call team called retrospective, which will be bi-weekly. Okay, that means this how you will work, this will be work in the sprint planning. Okay, sprint planning will be there, there'll be a sprint planning call for every team, and this sprint planning will be okay twice a month this will be there. So that means every twice a month they'll be us creating tickets. Okay, create tickets and assign, create tickets and assign. So every 2 weeks you'll be assigned some tickets, you'll be working on tickets. Even if the tickets are completed or not completed, they'll move it to the next sprint. Okay, sprint planning twice a month, that means one sprint they'll be assigning this many tickets. If the tickets are not done, they'll go next sprint. Okay, next sprint pending tickets will go for next sprint. Okay, all your pending will go to pending tickets to go to your next sprint. Okay, next sprint. Okay, this is how they work in a pattern. But previously it was not there, there was no collaborations. Okay, and also these people are having daily scrum call, right? So these people will having one call called retrospective. Okay, retro retrospective. So this retrospective call, what is this call is, so complete product. It's not only DevOps work or development work or Oracle team work or Linux team work, anything, right? So this is complete. All teams will connect. Okay, will connect in a meeting. Will connect in meeting. Okay, and they will discuss all the challenges. అంటే ప్రతి ఒక్క ఛాలెంజ్ మన టీంలో ఏం ఛాలెంజెస్ ఉన్నాయి అవన్నీ డిస్కస్ చేస్తుంది ఇక్కడ. సో దేర్ ఈస్ వేర్ యూ విల్ అండర్స్టాండ్ దాట్ ఈ డెవలపర్ వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తున్నారు, వాట్ దిస్ డెవలపర్ వీఆర్ డూయింగ్ కొలాబరేషన్. అంటే డెవలపర్ విల్ కాంటాక్ట్ యూ దట్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు బిల్డ్ దిస్ ఫీచర్, ఐ వాంట్ దిస్ ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్. ఓకే, ఇంత ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ కావాలి, ఈ టూల్ కావాలి, ఐ వాంట్ టు వర్క్ ఇన్ దిస్ వే, రైట్? గిటబ్ రిపాజిటరీ I require a me1 repository. Okay, okay, I want to store the artifact in different locations. Okay, I want to deploy this war file in this tomcat. So this all the requirement this developer will give to you for his testing purpose. Okay, so testing purpose, same way here there will be a retrospective call where all teams will connect in the meeting. It can be a your dev team. We have different teams in a company, different teams are there. Okay, so we'll discuss about these teams. So there are different teams in a company, right? All these teams will discuss in the meeting about all these, discuss about the challenges of the product. Okay, what are the work they are doing of all the product challenges. Okay, if the front end person is building their front end code, front end website, back end is building Java code. Okay, our DevOps people are doing some automation, we are doing some automation for the deployments. Okay, how do you deploy your automation directly? There'll be some automation like Ansible tool, but we need to automate that further. How can we click one click automation? So all that things like daily deployments. Okay, daily builds, daily running Jenkins jobs. Okay, automatically running Jenkins jobs, right? So all these things will be discussing this challenge. So there is where you will understand what a developer, we don't need to understand the code, we are not here to read the code, understand the code, what is running behind the code. Okay, that is not our work. Our work is what, understanding the product. My goal is what, tomorrow let's suppose, okay, I am part of some, I'm I am part of some e-commerce website. Okay, we are running a e-commerce website. My company is selling some products inside e-commerce, and they want to maintain the websites completely. Okay, that e-commerce is also one product. Launching the front end, the back end, the database, okay, how they are managing their complete transactions, okay, how the data is getting flowing between the apps to the transactions, how the it is adding to cart, how we are selling that product. So complete product can be anything, it can be software product, it can be a normal daily product, anything, right? But how that product is going to be built, what is the end-to-end system, how they started from requirement gathering till the phase, all these things are important, right? So this information we are getting here, but here it was not there, okay. No proper stand-ups, no proper stand-up meetings, okay, stand-up meetings, no proper stand-up meetings were there, okay. So here there were no retrospective or sprint planning, right? Simply a team lead is to assign the tickets and everything, and they used to work here. No sprint planning calls, nothing, right? It was not that straightforward, right? No sprint planning calls, okay. So what developer is doing, I don't have any idea, okay. So no idea which team is working what, okay, which team is working what, okay. It was a question mark always, okay. And people were working individually, okay. Each team is working their own work, right? Everyone is working individually, they don't have anything, right? What this team is doing, what challenge it is facing, we never had an idea. So what was our work here? When I say I was a build and release engineer, what was my work? When I say as a part of build and release engineer, what was my work? So simply what has happened is, simply this developer, who is a developer, right? So here what the developer will do, developer will, okay, developer will, okay, write the code, he will write his code, and he will keep it in GitHub account, he will keep it in the GitHub account, that's it, okay. His work is done here, he will manage only these things. From here what we have to do here, we have to build that code, okay, build that code using some maven or ant tool, okay. There's maven and ant tool, and simply what we used to do, we used to deploy in Tomcat, okay. We used to start the deployment in the Tomcat, okay. If they have a Tomcat, if they have a JBoss, anywhere, right, wherever they want to deploy, depends upon the requirement of the customer, we have to do this deployment. This is what there, but what is there inside this code, okay. When I build with this, I'm getting a war file. What is this building? I know this end goal is it is going to build a website, it's going to build a website, or if it's a war or jar file, anything, right? If they're using a war file cannot be deployed in this Tomcat, okay. And if there is some jar files, right, so this we can deploy this using a Spring Boot applications, okay. Spring Boot applications we can deploy it. So there are Spring Boot commands like Java command is there, which we can hit the command line and we can launch the website. But here we know that website is launching, but what all different features are there, okay. When you log in, when you log out, when you order a product with different things, that information was never passed with the developer. And further, when we launch this application, deployment is done, before it goes live, QA team will come into picture, okay. QA team will come into picture, okay. Will come and they will start testing it, okay, testing it. And here also, when this folks are starting testing, they too have a minimal knowledge, they were shared a simple documentation and do, but this developer when not able to explain what he's doing. So to avoid all these issues in the build and release, they brought this DevOps concept. And there is where DevOps is a practice. Remember, DevOps is a practice, it's a culture, it's a practice, it's a process where we are collaborating teams, okay. DevOps is a tools, I understand, I agree with everyone that DevOps has some tools, we're going to learn some tools, but definition is clear, this is what the definition, and it's clear, right? So because people will ask this question in definitely interview, right? What is your basic understanding about DevOps, okay? What we can achieve with the DevOps, okay? What if my company is not using a DevOps process, what impact it will do in my company, okay? So that all things will be answered by you, okay. You will be answering at that level. It's not about only like they will ask you some answer about the tool, okay, run this command and tell me, that is not gonna happen going forward. It's not only this technology, learn any technology, because company is growing, because you know, right, there are a lot of layoffs happening, there are a lot of, because why the layoffs are happening, it's not because company is going in loss, that is secondary thing. Very first, people are not skilled, people are skilled, people are having only the technical knowledge, but you should have little bit of communication skills. Build your communication skills, it's important. and it should be in a situation to explain. Okay, I'll tell you one more good thing about it. Okay, see, there is something called, people will think like I learn only technical knowledge and I'll go and crack an interview. I'll do the hands on only, then I'll crack an interview. Not required, sir. If your mind is very matured, if your mind is very matured, okay, and you are a good talkative person, you know how to speak, how to control the first person. Okay, whenever you go for interview, remember there's a trick. Interview person should not manage you, you should manage interview person. If you're able to manage that interview person, then you crack the interview, then you'll crack the interview. That trick should be with you. If you have the trick, okay, what we will do, we'll be already scared with that interviewer what he's going to ask. You don't need to worry. If you're very talkative, if you know how to speak in front of any person, then you can crack the interview. Okay, it's not about technical. Okay, because every time it's not that people will see technical knowledge only, because some companies says we don't want a technical, even a person doesn't have technical knowledge, it's fine. I want a person who can speak to front person, okay, with proper content. He should have a proper content and he should speak it. Even if he doesn't have technical knowledge, we will teach him technical knowledge from the scratch. We will teach him everything, we will teach our process everything, but he should be able to communicate and he should be able to convince that front person. Same way మీరు ఒక ఇంటర్వ్యూకి వెళ్తారు. Okay, I hope everyone is Telugu, anyone is North Indian here? Ganga, Ravindra, okay, all these people are Telugu, right? So fine. If no, then I'll keep the moderate as English. So remember that thing. It's not about only learning technical. Learn about the complete concept. Main interview, in the interview, no one will ask you. Okay, no one will ask you that type this command and show me, or tell me that big process. First, they will ask you understanding any concept, understanding, because first, okay, because the end goal of learning this course is what, cracking an interview. So whenever you're learning along with my journey, make sure I'll teach you the interview tricks as well, how to crack an interview, how to speak in technical, okay, how to speak in, that is a trick. Okay, how to get that calls right, how to control the front person, how to control that first person, how to keep that person in control. Because what will happen, whenever they ask you a question, you will give one line answer and you'll stop it. What it will create, that guy will create the impression that guy doesn't have much knowledge. He will keep answering the questions. So you need to stop that answering questions. You have to make sure that front person never asks you much questions. You have to control in that. Why don't you give a proper definition when he asks understanding about DevOps? Put all these things. What we'll do, we'll just give a definition. DevOps is a practice. It's a development operation process. Right from delivery, we'll stop it here. Why don't you put all these things? Why DevOps came? Okay, first put it that DevOps is a process or development process, and we are doing a collaboration between design and delivery. At the same time, DevOps came into market because you put yourself forward and explain them, because previously before DevOps there was build and release process where there were no proper collaboration. You come across is all these things and keep your answer at least 30 seconds to 1 minute. So there he will get on clarity where what we do, if we see a person who has good understanding about the concept, good understanding about what is going to work, then we stop the interview there itself. We don't proceed and we'll move him to the next round. Because there itself, the 10 minutes, the very first 10 minutes is your interview. Remember that 10 minutes, tell me about yourself. There only people will catch you. You don't need to go forward. Okay, whenever we do interview, we are given only the 10 minutes to filter out the candidate. Will not go to technical as well. 10 minutes, within 10 minutes we'll catch the candidates, he's a genuine candidate or he's trying to switch the technology or what he's doing. So there you need to manage that. That is a trick of the interview. You have only 10 minutes to present, to intonate the show, that's it, nothing else. 10 minutes, if you attract the person, next 45 minutes is yours of the interview and you'll get the job. So remember, anything, any definition should have a proper example, a proper real-time example, and explain him that why we are using this one. Why is very important. Okay, what is the use? Okay, what we are using, why we are using, and give an example. What, why, and one example is mandatory. Remember that thing. Anywhere you go, this is the trick. Okay, simply you give one line answer, it will never work. Okay, it will never work. Fine. So let's come back. Any clarity till here, guys? Any doubt? Okay, don't think this is only the theory. This is your interview preparation. This is your interview preparation. It's not just theory. I'm just not writing the theory and giving you notes. This is your interview preparation. Interview preparation. Remember, end goal is what? End goal is to prepare for the interviews. Remember that thing. Okay. Remember that thing. End goal is preparing for the interview. Okay. Roles and responsibilities. Okay, till the end we need to fight for the interview, because end goal is cracking the interview. Or if you want to change a role in your same company, you say like, even if you want to change the role in your company, you have to prove yourself, right? Because that is where people will ask you, right? Because you have worked so much of different thing, now suddenly you're moving to DevOps. But how do you justify yourself saying that I have done so much of things, okay, I have learned so much of things, my understanding is very broad, right? My understanding is very broad toward the DevOps. I know that previously this was happened, now this is going to happen, and these are the things we're going to plan in DevOps, and these are the tools we are going to work in DevOps. Anything, your answer should be broad. Remember that things. When you explain something, don't keep it too long, don't keep it too short, keep it moderate. There is where you'll learn. There is where you'll learn. Because remember, guys, this is not the first. Let's suppose you are, we are still young, we are not that old, we are still young, right? So we guys are going to crack much more interviews. It is not that one interview I'm going to stop. Tomorrow when you go to a company, okay, and you want to shift to some other company, again you have to prepare the interview. Why don't you prepare it once? Prepare it once, keep the notes and everything properly there. Okay, each and everything you are using, please make a note of that. Please make a note of that, because it's not only once you enter a DevOps world. Today 2 years will work in one company, after 2 years you will go to some other company, right? Same thing is going to come. There's no change in the interview pattern, right? Interview pattern says, tell me about yourself is same. Maybe something more you'll be adding there. Then your technical is same, your manager is same. Say interview process is same for DevOps. But that is the reason, when you're preparing for an interview, prepare it for your lifelong, for next 20 years. Plan it in such a way, your documents, your notes, okay, whatever the running notes, whatever the running pad, everything, keep it ready. Why I'm writing this one? Because most of the people are working here. People who come, most of the people are working, and they don't get time to manage their notes, write the notes from the videos. So what this will help, why we brought this concept of giving the running notes, we are giving the actual notes as well. We have a good documentation. Well, we give each and every tool is given a documentation, the process diagram, example, everything is there. But reason to give you this notepad is that whenever you go for an interview, let's suppose today evening it's scheduled, and you might have worked whole day, you don't, in one day it is not possible to go through the complete 45 hours or 60 hours of video, 70 hours of videos, whatever you're doing, right? So that is not possible to see in one day. So better refer these notes, learn something of these notes, and go and crack the interview. At least you will have something to speak in the interview. That is the reason behind we are not allowing students to write the notes. We are writing the notes for them, so that they can concentrate, they can read here. Whatever the time you spend with me, spend it here to read yourself. Okay, fine. So move on to what is our roles and responsibilities. Manage all infrastructure. We are managing all the infrastructure very first. Okay, second thing, manage, okay, okay, manage all the DevOps tools. Why DevOps tools manage? Because we are the administrators. We are the DevOps engineers. We are the administrators of each and every tool. We have the complete admin access. Okay, we have the complete right on that access. So like means infrastructure itself, you will be managing your cloud operations. Okay, if you have a cloud operations in your team, or if you have a physical, that means if you have your own data center in the machine, if a company has a own data center, they need to manage that infrastructure. That infrastructure you have to manage. Okay, this is one thing. Like, what do you manage here, what do you work here? Okay, you'll be creating your VM creations. Okay, all your VM creations. Okay, CPU memory management, right? CPU and memory management. You'll be doing the complete CPU memory management. Okay, okay, your hard disk, all your hard disk management, right? Whatever the disk you are attaching, right? Simply I'll give disk management. Okay, how much disk management you have to do, how much disk management you have to do. Then all your load balances, how the application will load balancing you'll be doing here. Okay, load balancing. Okay, balancing. Okay, load balancing. Then your little bit of networking. Okay, networking team will be there, but still we should understand the network activities, all the networking activities we'll be doing, right? So all these operations, etc., all this infrastructure, whichever falls under infrastructure, all that operations, you're writing your templates for the VMs, okay, writing the automation with the terraforms, okay, your Ansible, etc., this will come in open source. So managing all your DevOps tools means open source tools. What do you mean by open source tools, right? Anyone has the idea what is open source? Meaning of open source? Any idea? Anyone has open source meaning?
Freeware.
Sorry?
It's a freeware version.
Okay, that is one thing. Okay, one thing is what people will say, it's a free version. Free version, that means software is given as free, it means it's a trial version. Simply free version, trial version they'll give you. Second thing is, here meaning is, always remember, source means, meaning of, whenever we see in the software technology we speak of source means it's a code. It can be any code. It can be your, it can be your Java code, it can be your Python code, okay, it can be any code, okay, any language code, okay, that means any language, any language, okay, any language. Source means any language. That means when they're saying open source, that means what are the software, okay, what are the software, okay, the software which is open source means you can modify the code inside the software. That means people can modify the code. That means they can customize, okay, modify, or say I can say customize the software, customize the code inside the software. That means what are the open source tool they are giving, open source tool they are giving, that tool of the software they can modify, they can customize that tool according to that. What are the features they have internally? They can customize that. That is a meaning of open source. That is a meaning of open source. And also companies give this open source because, okay, they say share us your knowledge, share us the knowledge, okay, okay, share us the knowledge. And it says keep open source. Open source, why they keep? Because some people will customize something in the software and they'll share the knowledge, okay, in the wiki pages. We have wiki pages, right? So likewise in the wiki pages, these people will be sharing in any of the blogs. We have seen a lot of blogs in the internet today. People are sharing their knowledge with some automation, with some the software modification, what are the code they have written, right? All that will be accepted by the company, whichever the company is building this open source tool. They will be accept this, and if they like the product, they'll be buying that piece of code with you, from you, piece of code they'll buy you, okay. There are some forums where we can, if you have a good knowledge on editing these softwares and we can invent something new in that software, then we have a chance to get piece of code they'll buy from us and they'll pay some good amount for you, okay. That is also possible. There is a meaning of open source tools. So we are working on open source tools, okay. What kind different tools, like all the DevOps tools, like your Git is your command line, GitHub is your place where you're storing the code. Like we have a Maven, like we have your Sonar Cube, okay, we have a Sonar Cube, okay. So all these tools, right, Sonar Cube, your Ansible, your Docker, your Kubernetes, all this is managed by us, okay. All this is managed by us. We'll be managing this, okay. These are small tools. Git is a good amount of tool. Sonar Cubes, Nexus, these are all small tools. Mostly it is called developers tools. This is also a developer tool, but developer cannot manage building the code because he need to concentrate on writing the code, right? So there is where we come in. So we are not writing any code, remember. We are just managing this administration tools, okay. Likewise you have that
Jenkins.
you write. Yeah, Jenkins is one tool. Like all these tools will come into picture. All these tools, your Terraform, okay, all these tools will come into picture, right? Then you have a Tomcat, etc., right? So all the list of these tools will be managing, okay. I'm giving etc. There are some few more tools, okay. So all these tools will come into picture for your management, okay. These are your roles and management, roles and responsibilities. Second thing, one more role is there. It's not only technical. Collaboration, proper collaboration, okay. Remember, whenever you want to survive in a company, if you want to survive in a company, you should have a product knowledge as well. Product knowledge, what do you mean product knowledge? Whatever the knowledge, whatever the product you're building, okay. It's not only that you build an infrastructure, you launch the website. So when you launch a website, that product knowledge will come. Okay, when you launch in Tomcat, right, you launch the Tomcat website. Now open that website. Okay, open website. Okay, open that website and start exploring that what these people are delivering to customer. Okay, open that website and explore. Okay, explore each and every tab in that, each and every tab in the website, and understand that what are these people selling to the what is these people selling to the client, what my company is building this website, and what are they selling. Are they selling any any fraud protection tool, or they selling some other e-commerce website tool, or they're giving some platform for a customer to sell their own product. So this is important. Why? Because you should understand what is the end goal. If you're working so much on infrastructure open source, what benefit it will provide for my website, that I'm working on this. Maybe this people, all this requirement will given by a team called product team. There'll be a product team, they'll be giving all this requirement, what to create, how to create, okay, how much to create. But remember, every any company you go, learn the product knowledge, important, because their process is important. Very first 3 months, when you go for a company, first 3 months, what they'll do, okay, first, okay, first when you join a company, any company you join, they'll give you a KT. What is this KT? This is about their process, that day-to-day process. Okay, process, that means day-to-day activity, what they're doing, day-to-day what they're doing. Okay, all this day-to-day should contain your product knowledge as well. Not only they're giving the work of go and create this VM. No, understand the product knowledge. What is the end goal? You should ask a question. What I'm doing here, whatever I'm doing here with this administration, what benefit it is providing for the company, what benefit is providing to the website. You should ask all that questions, then you'll understand complete overview. There is where you will survive good amount of years in a company. Good amount of years you will get, you'll create a good impact in the company, right, where you have a good knowledge of the product as well as technical. So you're a complete full-fledged employee who is working in this. Okay, working in this company. So day-to-day activities should contain your product knowledge as well. Important, remember this one. Even if you're working in the current company, get your product knowledge, though it will not be helpful to the next company about the product knowledge, but it will increase your logical skills. You'll get an understanding that yes, this is how the website works, this is how development works, this is how the development get the gather the requirement, this is how they're developing a feature. Okay, this website, when we sell to a customer, what will happen, how we will use it further. Okay, what this website is giving, how much money it is giving, all that information should have. Because tomorrow when you grow to a company, you go to a manager level, so there they will ask your decision. What is your decision, how much, how this website should go. Okay, what different things you feel the website should give. Okay, how much infrastructure you require for this website. All these things, suggestions will be taken from you. So why don't you learn now? And when you move for a next level, they ask your presentation, present that how an infrastructure will fit in the new project. So that time you should have this knowledge. So right now you start building that manager skills. Even if you're team lead, if you're 4 years, 5 years, start building a team lead. Next position, plan your next position. Always remember, the step is moving to the next position, from engineer, from a junior engineer, senior engineer, your specialist engineer, then your team lead, then your manager. So make your effort in putting all these things. It is not just you will just work, get your money. No, it's all about making a good position, making a good impact. Okay, fine. So fourth one is your, okay, supporting the dependent teams. Supporting the dependent teams. So here collaboration, what it will come. Okay, first is gather product knowledge. Who will, from whom you'll gather the product knowledge? From the developers. One is from the developers, and second there is a product team. This product team is a team which will speak to the client. This will interact with clients, interact with the clients. A company will have client, right, who gave this requirement of launching this website and everything, right? That clients information, these people interact. Product team. And developers is what? Developers are people who are working in the code side. Okay, and there are different teams. It's not only developer and QA. There is different team in the company. Okay, nowadays the trend has become like you're a quality analyst team. Okay, you have a quality analyst team, product team. These are the basic teams. Then you will have, if your company is using some AI, artificial intelligence, data science, data engineer, you will be interacting with these teams always. Why? What is the work of these teams with us, you'll think. Even if they have to install some tool, they require infrastructure, right? Without infrastructure, on which VM they'll install the tool requires to install some, right? If you are working, okay. As well as data science team, this work completely on data science Python related, so it requires some machines there, okay. They require some machines. They'll be also building some code on using this Python modules. They'll give us the modules, we'll be writing the Docker files and everything, and we'll be deploying Kubernetes using Jenkins. Will automate that. We don't need to write a Python, or we don't need to write any Python development things. It is all written by them. They will share us. We will automate that on top of that. And supporting dependent teams. So all these teams you need to support. What is that? Developers teams. Okay, because you are the admin. Some complete control is in your hand. If you give the support, only they can work. Otherwise, they can't work. Okay, your QA will come. Okay, your data science, data engineering, okay, engineering, okay, etc. All these things, like if you have a database team, right? If there's a DB team, so all these teams will come into picture, and they might require your support for infrastructure open source tools, because you are the only skilled person who has this much knowledge. That is the reason, if you observe here, they say dev and ops. Always the keyword O is capital. Why? Because this people has its own value in a company. They have provided a good position to this company. How much a developer is earning today, same way operation guy is earning. The package similar. It's not that Java is evergreen and you are getting code. Even DevOps engineer will earn that much. Okay, some companies the standard is low, they'll give you standard low. Okay, the companies will give you a standard low. Okay, fine. Any doubt guys still here? Before I proceed, any doubts? Clear? Got some understanding what is DevOps, why DevOps came into market? Okay, why DevOps came into market? Any idea? Okay. So further we'll learn your teams, your life cycle, waterfall model. Tomorrow I'll cover this DevOps life cycle, and which of each life cycle where my tool will fall. Okay. What all tools I'm going to use, and waterfall agile model. Okay. And there is something called teams. What are the different teams in a company? Teams in a company. Okay. Any company you go, what are the different teams in a project or a company which you are going to interact, which you are going to speak with them. Okay, fine. This is important. Okay, 1 or 2 days I'll not stay much. Maybe one more day I'll spend here, and then we'll start with the Git tool. Okay, any clarity, guys? Any doubt? Anything you have? This is important. Reason I'm putting this. This will help you for your interview. This will help you for interview, and also people who is trying to shift from other uh, technology to DevOps. They need to prepare some proper script for themselves to speak in the interview. Okay, that is the reason I'm putting in here.
సిఎస్ఈడి పైప్ లైన్ యాక్చువల్గా క్లాసికల్ యామెల్ ఉంటాయి కదా ఆ రెండు చెప్తారండి.
CI/CD pipeline, YAML.
ఎస్
It has a
క్లాసికల్
Jenkins file. It has two things. Okay, one is your freestyle project. Jenkins లో freestyle ఒకటి ఉంటుంది. నార్మల్ జాబ్స్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, దెన్ దే హ్యావ్ పైప్లైన్ జాబ్స్ ఉంటుంది. ఈ పైప్లైన్ జాబ్స్లో మీకు డిక్లరేటివ్ ఉంటుంది, అండ్ యూ హ్యావ్ స్క్రిప్టెడ్ పైప్లైన్. ఓకే, దిస్ ఇస్ ద అడ్వాన్స్ ఆఫ్ జెంకిన్స్ ఉంటుంది. అడ్వాన్స్ లెవెల్ ఆఫ్ జెంకిన్స్ ని పైప్లైన్ లో పెడతారు. ఇఫ్ యూ సేమ్ పైప్లైన్ మనం ఫ్రీ స్టైల్లో బిల్డ్ చేయొచ్చు. Same thing you can build in declarative scripted, and you can build in pipeline. Okay, the scripted is written by a development team. Development team will write mostly, because this is a programming kind of a stuff. Declarative we can write it. We can write declarative. Then give syntax proper template ఉంటుంది. So Jenkins will give you this one. Okay, Jenkins la YAML concept రాదు. There is no Jenkins YAML concept. Kubernetes and Ansible will have your YAML concept. You will have a YAML playbooks, and here also you have Kubernetes YAMLs. Here it will have freestyle and pipeline jobs. Okay, there we call in pipeline jobs, we use a Jenkins file. Jenkins file. Okay, Jenkins file will be using. Okay, so YAMLs will come in Ansible, your doc Kubernetes. Clear? Any doubt?
ఓకే.
I'll explain this. Inka we didn't reach this point. Will reach when we learn about this life cycle, right? Each and every life cycle, deployment tool where it falls, CI tool where it falls, QA tool what QA tools will use. Okay, what deployment tools we used, what testing tools we used, what monitoring tools we used, all the things. What is the integration tool? So each and every tool I'll explain you when we come to the life cycle. Okay, when we come to the life cycle, we'll explain you that. Okay, each and every tool will come across. I'll give you overview of each and every tool, then we'll proceed with the tools. Okay, fine. So very first day, keep it limited. Nothing much I want to go. Understand this. understand what is build and release, what is DevOps. Understand, because what are your roles and responsibility, మీరు ఏం వర్క్ చేయగలుగుతారు. Okay, then what is, okay, what is the life cycle, what is waterfall, what is agile. Okay, till here it is enough. Going forward, as soon as we come across few more things, once we learn all these tools, right, we'll create our own architecture diagram. Okay, one diagram to వేరే diagram కు architecture create చేసి flow ఎట్లా పోతుంది, git నుండి maven నుండి sonar cube నుండి nexus నుండి ansible, docker. So we'll be creating our own architecture, and we'll be doing some architect level of work. Okay, at the end, and we'll build a small project for our work. Okay, fine, but it will take some time. We'll start slowly. Okay, first 2 to 3 days I'll keep introduction, because you should have complete idea of little bit of DevOps knowledge. Okay, some theoretical DevOps knowledge, so that you can speak in interview what is meaning of CI/CD, what is integration, what is deployment. This all terminologies, right? You should have an idea what is waterfall model. Okay, previously why this DevOps came into market. Okay, now what impact DevOps is making in the market. All these things you should understand, because as soon as you grow the position, you'll get that, position. To achieve that position, you require all these things. Okay, main important thing, interview no will ask you technical stuff. First they will ask you to speak, because they will check your communication skills. Second is how capable you are of learning the things, right? That capability they'll see. Okay, we need to do that things as well. Okay, fine, let's stop it here, guys. We'll connect tomorrow same time, 7 o'clock. Initial classes I'll keep only 1 hour. Okay, once we start technical part, we'll have 1.5 hour. Okay, once we start technical game, we'll have 7 to 8:30 kind of a thing. Initial like 1 week I'll keep 1 hour only, so that you should get comfortable with this DevOps, and then slowly we'll increase the time, so that you guys will be having good hands on, and I'll be also starting a good stuff. Okay,
Actually, ఇక్కడ కూడా coding ఉండదు like Java.
coding is not there. That is why I gave the demo, right? Our slide with now, no programming knowledge, no programming knowledge. We are not going to touch any programming knowledge. You should have an understanding what developer is work. Developer ఏం వర్క్ చేస్తున్నా మాకు అండర్స్టాండింగ్ ఉండాలి. కానీ మన ప్రోగ్రామ్ టచ్ చేయం, ఎక్కడ ఒక జావా ఫైల్ క్రియేట్ చేయం. Okay, we are not going to touch anything. Okay, fine, so let's stop it here, guys. We'll catch you tomorrow. We'll do this introduction area, then we'll jump into the Linux. I'll show you how to type the Linux command, how to install the software in the Linux. Okay, what are the users and everything. We'll compare with Windows. Windows and compare, yes, we'll learn, because you guys will be using Windows in your childhood, right? How to use the Windows, you'll be much habituated to a laptop, Windows laptop. So Windows Linux compare, just learn, just it would be easy for remembering. Okay, fine, let's stop it here. We'll jump tomorrow at the same time. Okay, fine. So I'll explain you this diagrammatically as well. Okay, where do we fit in the diagrammatic? But initially I'm keeping theory, because you should have some content in your hand, and then I'll go to diagram. Okay, because diagram you can't explain in interview, right? Explanation in interview is something, the core, only the theoretical part. Fine. Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Bye bye. Okay, see you tomorrow same time.
Yeah, please content the document share it.
Sure, definitely.